Retina Australia is a not-for-profit charity. Our mission is a world without inherited blindness. There are over 15,000 people in Australia at the moment that have been diagnosed with an inherited retinal disease. So we try and help providing information, raise money for researchers, and doing what we can to make life easier for people with an inherited retinal disease. I have retinitis pigmentosa. The progression of my vision loss has been gradual over 60 years. I was diagnosed at 5 years of age and now at 69 are totally blind.
So my name is Jane Cherry. I'm on the board of Retina Australia and I have inherited retinal disease called retinitis pigmentosa. It sort of manifests mostly as a tunnel vision. Over time that tunnel just gets narrower and narrower. It takes a long time for my eyes to adjust, going from dark to light or light to dark. It mostly affects my night vision, so just trying to navigate, at night time or in dimly lit bars and restaurants is really difficult. I've also had to stop driving, so little things like that just sort of start to make your world feel just a little bit smaller. So I found Retina Australia quite early on after I was diagnosed because I didn't know anyone else with the condition. I was just looking for someone else with that same shared experience because I was feeling quite isolated. So I just was trying to find some community to connect into, and I found that with Retina Australia. So I became a member, which got me access to all these webinars that they did on different, therapies and things that were going on. I joined their fundraising activities. So through that, I met some of the team, and I found this really welcoming and supportive community that's really nice to be part of.
Retina Australia, since 1983, has funded over $6 million worth of research, all to do with inherited retinal diseases.
I've been involved with Retina Australia for many years now, both as a recipient of funding. So when people generously donate to Retina Australia, it supports programs like mine so that we can get this research happening and direct to patients. I've also really appreciated being able to work with Retina Australia to get experiences from people that have these conditions so that people can tell me what's interesting to them and what research we should be focusing on. And so that's really one of the big strengths of Retina Australia is this direct communication with the research landscape. Discovering new treatments for inherited retinal diseases is a long process. So we have to take it from basic science in the laboratory through natural history studies of people that have inherited diseases and then straight to clinical trials. And so it's a really long process, which also means an expensive process. So support from donors like at Retina Australia really helps us to achieve our goals of finding new treatments for people that have these conditions.
What gives me hope in the space of research is that researchers throughout Australia and the world are working very collaboratively. They're working on all sorts of projects, gene therapy, stem cells, etc.
So I think the most exciting part about the research happening is just leaps and bounds being made all the time. And, even if it's not for me, the right breakthrough isn't there in time for me, it will be for the next generation.
I encourage everyone to be a supporter of Retina Australia. This can be done by being a volunteer, a donor, a member, or even running a fundraising event. Please check our website for further details.